You have the best product, the sharpest messaging, a qualified list of accounts, but if your timing is wrong, none of it matters. Here's the part that most teams forget. Your prospects aren't ready to buy right now. Not because they don't like you, not because your product isn't a fit. They're just not in market yet. And the ones who are ready, they're researching quietly, long before they ever fill out a form, click an ad, or talk to a rep. So how do you spot those buyers before your competitors do? How do you identify the accounts that are warming up, comparing options, or actively looking for a solution without saying a word to you? That's where intent data changes everything. Today we're breaking down what intent data actually is, how it's collected, and why it's become a non-negotiable for modern go-to-market teams. Also, we'll take a step further and tell you how to turn these signals into action across your entire revenue engine. And there's one signal most teams overlook, the one that wins deals weeks before your competitors show up. We'll get to that in a minute. First, what is intent data? Intent data, also called buyer intent data, is market intelligence that identifies which leads or accounts are behaving like active buyers. Reading industry articles, visiting product pages, searching relevant keywords, watching explainer videos, even comparing alternatives, downloading guides, clicking review sites. All of these behaviors reveal where an account is in its buying journey and whether they're getting ready to make a purchase. Here's why that matters. At any moment, most of your ICP is not actively buying, but a small percentage is. Intent data helps you spot that slice of the market when it heats up and separate the ready from the rest. When a company's research activity on a particular topic that spikes above their normal baseline, that's a signal. It tells you they're actively exploring solutions in your category right now. And if you can identify that spike early, you can reach them before the competition even knows they exist. For example, a SaaS startup sees a sudden spike in accounts researching SOC 2 compliance software. That's a signal those companies are preparing for audits and a perfect moment to reach out. Or if a financial institution suddenly increases activity around customer identity platforms across 12 employees, that's a churn risk and an expansion opportunity if you're ready to sell into them. Intent data lets you see all of that early. So why is intent data actually so important for your go-to-market team? Let's start with the obvious. It helps you prioritize. Imagine you have two accounts. Same industry, same size, same fit, but one is spiking on topics related to your solution and the other isn't. Which one do you call first? Intent data gives you that answer, but it goes deeper than prioritization. Here's what sales and marketing teams can do with intent data. First, you can identify interest before engagement. Intent signals show you which companies are researching your solution before they fill out a form or request a demo. You're not waiting for them to come to you. You're reaching them while they're still exploring. Second, you can build targeted dynamic lists. Sales and marketing can filter outreach lists in real time based on active interest. No more spray and pray. You're targeting accounts that are showing buying behaviors right now. Third, you can personalize that customer experience. When you know what topics an account is researching, you can tailor your messaging to match. Marketing can serve relevant content, sales can lead with the right pain point. The entire buyer's journey becomes coordinated and personalized. From there, you can streamline lead scoring. Use intent data to weigh your lead scoring models. Accounts that demonstrate active interest get prioritized before they start talking to a competitor. Lastly, retain and expand those customers. Intent data isn't just for new business. It also provides real-time visibility into existing customer bases. If a current client starts spiking on topics related to churn risk or competitive research, you can intervene proactively before renewal conversations even begin. The takeaway is clear. Intent data turns guesswork into a defined strategy. Not all intent data is created equal. There are actually three types of intent data, and understanding the difference is critical. The first is derived intent signals. These are a mix of first-party and third-party signals. They include behaviors like ad engagement, website activity, topic engagement, and technology use. Derived intent gives you a broad view of interest across the market. Next is known intent, also known as zero-party intent. This is intent data that comes directly from the source. This works by surveying millions of business professionals who share their company's key priorities, projects, and pain points. This zero-party intent is incredibly powerful because it's self-reported. No guessing required. Last is guided intent. Guided intent looks at past performance to predict future conversions. It identifies the intent topics that spiked for an account before they became an opportunity. This gives you a roadmap. Follow the same topics with new prospects, and you're more likely to convert. And then there's one more signal worth mentioning: champion moves. When a buyer or power user who influenced a past sale moves to a new company, that's one of the most actionable forms of intent data you can get. They already know your product. They already trust you. Now they're in a position to buy again. Each type of intent data brings a unique perspective. Use them together and you'll reach more buyers at exactly the right time. So how is intent data actually built and where does it come from? It's built from billions of online browsing events logged across different digital platforms. Things like review sites, news articles, product research pages. Every time a prospect consumes content, that activity is tracked. Over time, this data creates a baseline for each company's average content consumption. When activity around a certain topic is noticeably higher than normal, the system recognizes it as a spike. To identify a spike, intent data algorithms factor in several indicators: amount of content consumed, number of people consuming it, types of content consumed, time on page, scroll speed, and many more. Intent data is often paired with firmographic and technographic data to narrow the list of accounts to just those that are high fit and high intent. That combination is what makes intent data so powerful. You're not just targeting companies that could buy, you're targeting companies that are ready to buy. Intent data becomes most valuable when it's embedded in every step of your go-to-market strategy. Here are the top 4 ways to activate it. First is a data foundation. Strong foundational data is essential. Intent data threads a needle between demographic, firmographic, and technographic data points, reducing the time spent on processing and analysis. When all of these data points are used together, you get a clear picture of your total addressable market and which accounts are worth prioritizing right now. Second is workflow automation time. Automation time consuming steps in your go-to-market strategy, like uploading new contact information to your CRM or adding contents to an email sequence. Intent-driven workflows boost productivity, actionability, and scalability because the signals are happening in real time. Your teams can act fast when a key account shows interest. Step 3 is go-to-market plays. Take automation even further by activating go-to-market plays. Launch coordinated sales and marketing campaigns at scale. You can set up triggers based on intent signals. For example, a key account downloading relevant content on your website. These plays save your team time, increase efficiency, and ensure prospects are engaged at exactly the right time in the buyer journey. From there, we can move on to our AI sales assistants. These assistants make thousands of data points actionable in seconds. A good AI assistant synthesizes intent data and a broad range of buying signals, things like executive moves, competitive research, and more. Okay, so we know the types of intent data, but how do we choose the right provider? Access to high-quality intent data can make or break your go-to-market strategy. When evaluating intent providers, there are 4 priorities to consider. The first is data quality. Make sure the provider has broad coverage and granular insights. Low quality or inaccurate intent data will create more headaches than it solves. From there, we can look at available topics. Ensure the intent topics are available to you out of the box and relevant to your business. Even better, the ability to create custom topics to track. Combining standard and custom intent topics gain maximum visibility into the accounts that are most likely to convert. Priority 3 is functionality. The intent data should be updated regularly and customizable over time as priorities change. Review your internal processes and identify the gaps you'd like to close with intent data. Lastly is platform intent. Intent data becomes much more valuable when it's a part of a go-to-market intelligence platform. This ensures the data integrates with every piece of your tech stack and can be used across the entire customer journey. Not all intent is built the same, so you want to find a tool that will offer both standard and custom intent topics to give you flexibility in how you detect buying signals. So here's the bottom line. You can have the best product, the sharpest messaging, and the most qualified list of accounts, but if your timing is off, you'll lose to a competitor who got there first. Intent data gives you the advantage. It helps you identify the accounts that are ready to buy before they raise their hand. It helps you personalize that outreach, helps you prioritize, and bottom line, it helps you win. The question is, will your team be the ones using it? Thanks for watching. Let us know the best way you leverage these intent signals, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.